You gotta hold it carefully.
I know.
Don't you feel fair?
I'm going to start off by reading something. I got to go to a King James book. Man, that's why the closest thing I can get to the meat right here. Please bear with me. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, and have not charity, I am becoming sounding brass, or a tinkling cymbal. And though I have the gift of prophecy, and understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I can remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. I went here for a reason. I want to explain something. I want to talk about these kids in a minute. But in a minute, I want to make sure we get a full understanding of charity right here, what charity really means. How powerful charity really is. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up, does not behave itself unseemly, seeketh not her own, is not easily provoked, thinketh no evil. True charity does not get upset. True charity does not ever find a reason to be evil, to be mad, to do wrong, to make an excuse. True charity is always sincerity, unconditional love. God love us no matter what, like he asks us no matter what. Charity. Charity does not rejoice, not in iniquity, but rejoice in the truth. Beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Charity never faileth. But whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass, darkly. But then face to face, now I know in part. But then shall I know, even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, charity. These three. But the greatest of these is charity. Cut it off, bro. I want to get into these kids. Personally, I think that's the most important thing, the most important topic. That's why I chose charity for my Bible verse. Every morning when I get up, every day when I walk out in my society, when I walk out to the world, I see a lot of helpless kids. I see a lot of kids in need. I see a lot of kids in need of a lot of things. But most important, I see a lot of kids in need of a lot of hugs. The reason I say this is because, like, I can tell, like, when a kid lonely, like when a kid ain't been loved enough and the kid don't understand love and the kid don't even know how to love themselves. That's why a kid allow themselves to go through so much. Allow themselves to look a certain way and be a certain way and talk a certain way and dress a certain way. I already know why that be happening. We as adults, we as leaders, we as the soil, we're the soil. Kids are like plants, we're the soil, we create the soil, they grow in. You either create good soil or you create bad soil. Imagine the soil we creating for all these kids around. And I know a lot of people, I know like everybody has something to say, everybody see this like this, everybody see this little girl like this, everybody see this little kid like this, and everybody got something to say. It's always in a negative, it's always from a negative aspect. But nobody ever say like, damn, I wonder why it's like that, I wonder why that kid like that. You understand? A lot of kids are fortunate enough to have beautiful parents. Like me personally, I thank God I have beautiful parents. You know what I mean? I learned how to love. I consider myself a humanitarian first. A child of God, but a humanitarian. Which I guess is all rolled into one. But when I look, I can understand. I can see a lot of people never had love. A lot of people never felt that. A lot of people never had a kiss in the mouth. I love you at night. I love you in the morning. Baby, you okay? Baby, you need this. Stuff like that. I think any legitimate human being, any legitimate caring person will look at what's going on in society with his children and want to embrace anyone they can. Maybe not all of them, maybe not all the time, but whenever you can, and whenever you can, do the best you can to help touch a kid, touch anything. Because like love like anything else, it'll spread. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it might just take one word, you know what I mean? You doing all right, can I do anything to help you? You know what I'm saying? Give me a call if you need me. You know what I'm saying? Anything, sometimes it's simple word when you take money. Some people think it take more than what it really takes. What all it really takes is like charity, truly caring. But most people gonna say this. Man, I don't know that, man. I don't got nothing to do with me. I got my own problems. I got my own kids to worry about. I got my own bills. I ain't got time for myself. I got time for strangers. God had time for you when you was nothing. God had time for you when you was at your worst. He saved you when you was at your worst. I'm trying to figure out who not as filthy as me. I know how filthy I'm is. But at the same time, I know I'm just a regular person. I'm just a regular human being. So I know if I'm filthy, I know if I done some filthy things, I got some secrets to hide. Everybody do. Everybody want to be forgiven. Everybody want their sins overlooked. Everybody want to be loved. Everybody want to be cared about. Everybody wants some help sometimes. Everybody wants some reassurance, some smiles sometimes. So that's what I'm asking. If you know you want that, and you see somebody cool, why you won't try to help them be one? Why you won't try to help them have a smile? Try to help them be somebody. I get asked this question all the time. You got kids? You got kids? When I tell them, no, I don't got kids. But in my head, you know what I say? All these kids, I have to help mine, man. It's my job, man. That's what God put me in this world to do, man. It's my job, man. Even if it's only 5 minutes, 10 minutes, man, a car ride, man, a conversation, man. Piece of my book, man. Piece of my mind. Piece of the Bible. I know the meaning of charity. The meaning of charity is when I do whatever I can, man, every time I can, man. The meaning of true charity, I give everything I can, every time I can, not when I want to, man. So that's how God can do. Cut it off, man. Everybody who's familiar with the Bible, familiar with Jesus Christ. The whole time Jesus Christ was on the earth, he was still helping people. He was still committing acts of charity. The whole time he was still. Started back his whole life. The whole time on the earth from a kid, helping people. And the particular thing about the people he was helping was, he was always unpopular people. Down bad people. Even people with money. People with money like the politicians. The tax collectors. One thing I'm noticing in society right now, and even with religions, even with these churches, all these people, it's a real biasness towards aggressiveness. It's a biasness towards indifferences. And when I mean indifferences, I mean like unpopular people. Like in my environment, my society, my small society, my environment. It's a lot of aggression. It's a lot of superficial aggression. It's not really harmful if you understand it. It might seem like aggression. It's really just how a lot of people coexist. You know what I mean? But I watched Jesus Christ walk up and down the country, up and down the universe, Jerusalem, wherever he was, went a lot of places, helping a lot of people, traveling, going to find people to help. And I look right at my own neighborhood. I actually find it disheartening that as a society we refuse to embrace kids, refuse to embrace our children, refuse to embrace our future. We probably the only country in the world, in the whole universe, that don't embrace our children in a way that's like acceptable to God, acceptable as even the people, human beings. I even see how, like, as a society, we help dictate how our kids often become ruinous. Televisions, radios, even schools, everywhere they turn. I'm just like, I don't know, I'm just asking for help, I guess. I'm just asking for us to understand that, like, I might be wrong, I might be looking at it wrong, but I think we deteriorate all the way around. It's like everything deteriorating. It's like everybody thinking about themselves, and thinking about themselves, they forgetting as a whole, like, without unity, man, there is no power, man, there is no nothing, man, without unity, man. And if you can't even embrace children, man, you can imagine. I can imagine this. I was always taught this. You can't learn to love others until you learn to love yourself. And if you don't love yourself, you can't love others. That's the only reason you won't. I love myself a whole lot. I love a lot of people. I love this whole world. You know what I mean? That's why I conversate the way I conversate. That's why I come across the way I come across, you know. It's not really me, it's God. I give God all the credit for everything, you know. But it's just like, you know, I'm screaming for help. I'm screaming for help because I see us like burning. I see us running like how the Bible say. I actually see that. I actually look around me, man. It's like everything on fire, everything filthy, everything crazy, everything chaos. And you know, like, that's horrible for children. That's horrible for children to be planted in. That's a sword that children are planted in. And I think that's very horrible. And like, you know, and when things so horrible, I don't think good can come out of that. Good can never come out of that. And I think us as a people, we got to change that. We the only ones that can change that. We the only ones that can do something about that. Nobody else can do nothing about that. You know? Turn it off, bro. A lot of things come from selfishness. A lot of things come from like trying to reward ourselves. Trying to have so much satisfaction all the time. Trying to please the flesh. Trying to gratify ourselves. Trying to please others. That's where a lot of our problems come. But it's like, you know, it's like we fail to realize our rewards often like taint us. Our rewards often like cause us to stumble. Our rewards often like cause us to forget. You know what I mean? And I guess that's the reason why God told us not even much study rewards, not even focus on rewards. He'll reward us. I know it's easy to say certain things and hope somebody understands some things and comprehends some things and accepts some things. But I know, like, I know us as a people. When I say as a people, I mean me being black. I can't understand others. I do the best I can. But me as a black, as a people, I know it's hard to understand, like, things gonna be okay. Things gonna be okay if I just hope. Things gonna be okay if I just do the right thing. A lot of times it seems like the right thing don't work. A lot of times it seems like the right thing gets you dogged out. So it pushes us towards aggression. It pushes us towards schemes. It pushes us towards like, man, I gotta do what I gotta do what I can. I'm gonna tell you something, just be honest with you and blunt. I ain't gonna be around the bush. There was a lie that the devil told you. There was a fool, that was a trick. That was a myth. It's like that greyhound, man, chasing that rabbit, man. I promise, man, you'll never catch it, man. Close as you get, man, I promise, man, you'll never catch the rabbit. Even if you do catch the rabbit, it'll electrocute your face, man. Set you on fire, man, if you get that shit you chasing, man. I promise, man, it will, man. To believe in God, to embrace God, to accept God, to believe in the power of God, to understand God means this. You will refuse rewards. You will wait on God to reward you. God rewards you better than you reward yourself every time. Every time, I promise. That's why you think you're thinking so big, you really thinking small. While you are thinking so big, you are really thinking very small, and God will reward you much greater. Every time. Not in your time, not on your terms, and His. But if you be honest with yourself, you'll tell yourself this: I'm ready to try something else. Should I keep trying, keep backfiring anyway? How many times you tried it? How many times you tried that same get rich quick scheme? Get ahead quick scheme. Make this happen for myself right now scheme. And sometimes you get so close. Sometimes you even get there. Sometimes we even get there. Most times we might even get there. But look how fast it gets snatched away. Chasing infomercials. You chasing cartoons. Me, myself, personally, I like to think my life is a movie. I like to think it's kind of more serious than it is a cartoon. More serious than it is a joke. I like to make most days serious than they are a joke. More days I like to be productive than not productive. That's why I grab this. Even when I leave him alone sometimes. Even when I forget him sometimes. I know when things get rough, it'll be because of this. I done forgot about him. I done forgot about these things. Because to be honest with you, I'm worse than you. A lot worse. But I gotta learn a way to try to maintain, contain, abstract, through the Spirit, through God, through sleep. He sleep.